Welcome, friends. We're back again with yet another discussion about AAPI, which is American Association of Physicians of Indian Origin. And yes, we are at that time of the year when we are getting close to a huge convention by AAPI in July 2023. We will know more about AAPI and AAPI 41st Convention 2023 from our wonderful guest and current president of AAPI, Dr. Ravi Kolli. Dr. Ravi Kolli, who is the current president of AAPI, is a board certified psychiatrist with additional qualifications in addiction, geriatric, and forensic psychiatry and serves as psychiatric medical director of Southwestern Pennsylvania Human Services, a former clinical assistant professor of psychiatry, University of Pittsburgh and West Virginia University. Dr. Kolli had served as the Vice President of AAPI 2020 to 2021, Secretary of AAPI from 2019 to 2020, Regional Director of AAPI from 2017 to 2018, the past President of Pittsburgh chapter of AAPI called TAPI, past President of Rangaraya Medical College Alumni of North America, and as a past President of Association of Telugu Medical Graduates in USA. So let's cordially welcome our esteemed guest, Dr. Ravi Kolli, to our show. Dr. Ravi Kolli, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Sharad. Thank you for having me on the Mana TV. And I'm looking forward to interacting with you and your audience today to explain about AAPI and our upcoming event, AAPI Convention in Philadelphia, July 6th to 9th.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful. Welcome again. We are all excited about this event. In a few days, we'll have the AAPI convention, and so many wonderful things are going to happen. We're going to kick off into new tenures of sorts. Before that, can you talk a little bit about AAPI to our Mana TV international audience and as well AAPI's journey?
Sure. AAPI, American Association of Physicians of Indian Origin, is actually the largest ethnic medical professional organization in the USA. And it's also considered one of the second or third largest medical professional organization after AMA and ACP. So we represent a large segment of physicians from India and Indian origin, almost amounting to about 120,000, 80,000 plus professional practicing attendings and another 40,000 students, residents, fellows, and other professionals. We have young physicians, we have senior physicians, seasoned physicians, as well as medical students in our organization. AAPI has been in existence for 41 years, starting in 1981, and it was incorporated in Michigan at that time. It was started by some pioneers and leaders who saw the need for an organization that represents the needs of the medical graduate from India, because at that point in time, we had some challenges, including discrimination and some alienation from leadership from the hospitals and licensing and everything. So they were able to fight a good fight and bravely won the rights to be equal to be medical graduates here. And were considered as international medical graduates from then onwards, not the foreign medical graduates, which is a distinction. So our credentials were equalized with American medical graduates after we go through the steps of exams, which is a similar exam to what they also medical graduates from USA go through. So that kind of equated the playing field and gave us all the equal rights to seek leadership roles, seek licensing, seek various positions in every aspect of medical and healthcare in this country.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving such a elaborate explanation about AAPI. And I'm very sure all of those physicians or otherwise who are watching, or the aspiring physicians will get benefited by your lovely explanation. And on that note, just wanted to ask you, what are the practical advantages for NRI physicians who will join AAPI organization?
Being a physician, first you need to be part of a big organization. And being a physician from India, if you have a special organization like AAPI that represents particularly our values, our interests, and our programs and our points of view, it's very important that we are at the table making decisions, not being subjected to those decisions made by the other people. So like the saying goes, if you're not at the table, you're on the table, right? And so we need to play equal role, commensurate with our talent, our abilities, our numbers, our quantity, and our quality of our leadership. So we don't want to be just outside the door, but we want to be inside the door, inside the where the decisions are made. The current trend is diversity, equity, and inclusion, and we are actually one of the pioneers of those ideas and ideologies. So our role has to be respected and valued, and our voice has to be heard and kind of echoed by other people. So we have advocate for similar interests of other minority groups as well as our patients, advocate for our patients, because ultimately our patients depend on us to be their advocates. So unless we have a strong voice, because all the physicians of Indian origin work very hard
Mhm.
to take care of the community level care as well as academic care and scientific and research level care. So we want to be represented in every aspect of healthcare.
Thank you so much. Makes sense, and I'm very sure our audience are jotting points about this, and will and more NRI physicians will join API. I mean, shake hands with API and become instrumental in helping many others across the globe, in USA and across the globe, and for Indians as well. On that note, I commend you, for doing some wonderful work from 2022 to 2023, and for our audience, for the sake of our audience, can you tell some notable events that have been organized in the past year? You being the prominent person as a president of API.
As the president and as the representative and leader of API, we are tasked with many responsibilities, and these include some certain events and activities besides other projects and programs that we also intake. So to begin with, we connected with a lot of our member chapters to do some projects together. And we have started with a lot of seminars and webinars with medical education as well as financial education to our members. We also continued our spiritual activities through almost weekly meditation and discourses on spirituality and relaxation and meditation techniques through our heartfulness group. And then we started with our interaction with spiritual leaders like Daji from Kanha Ashram, Sri Ravi Shankar as well. And we met with Sadhguruji also in the early part of our term. And then going forward, we had a very successful legislative event in August in DC, where we had a discussion with senators and congressmen from all over the country that came over to our meeting in the Senate and the Congress offices. Dr. Shampar Shivangi was our legislative committee chair. He arranged for that, and he made sure that we interacted with many senators and congressmen, including Pramila Jayapal, Ro Khanna, and senators from Mississippi and congressmen from Mississippi, as well as other senators from West Virginia, Senator Manchin, Senator Shelley Moore Capito, and all those people. So we had a very fruitful discussion, and we met with Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal regarding the signing of the South Asian Heart Research Bill and all those things. We met her in her office and met with Nancy Pelosi, who was the speaker at that time. So we continued all our advocacies and our legislative efforts through that. Following that, we had many successful CME tours where our members went as a group to many countries, including starting with the Canadian Rockies trip in August, followed by a trip to Vietnam and Cambodia in December, January, and then followed by a trip to Australia, New Zealand in February, March, and then finally, recently, to Japan in April. So at least 50 to 100 people plus more in some of the tours went all over the world with our leaders and our team members, our CMA activities, as well as some regional community activities there. And then we had a very successful Global Healthcare Summit in Visakhapatnam from January 6th to 9th at Novotel on the beachfront. And it was a very successful, well-attended event, almost 300-400 young students, doctors, and 100 delegates from USA went there. They had a very robust discussion, both CEO forum, women's forum, CME forums, legislative forums as well there. So we concluded that very successfully. Throughout the year, like I said, we had CMEs and webinars on financial matters. And we also had what we call Share the Warmth blanket drive, where we almost have 40 chapters, and the parent API together went all over the country to provide blankets to poor and homeless people and people in the shelters who are in dire need of help and as well as moral support. So we attended to those needs. And then, as usual, we interact with the congressmen and at the local level and state levels to advocate for patients' rights and as well as physicians' rights on an ongoing basis. Now, finally, coming to our convention, we have a huge convention coming up in Philadelphia, July 6 to 9, the birthplace of democracy and city of brotherly love, very well situated to bring a lot of people. We were expecting at least 1,000 people there. And we have a very robust program planned, including many spiritual activities, CMA activities, Women's Forum, empowering CEO forums and entertainment, bringing all the young physicians, medical students, doing research symposium, poster presentations, etc. So I can go a little bit more in details about who are coming there after your next question.
Definitely, sir. I mean, very articulate and very detailed, and I love the lineup of the lovely events you have done in your tenure, which are regarding the mental health, spiritual, taking financial matters into hand and nailing them and giving perspective about overall health to the physicians and everyone at large. I really commend you and congratulate you for that. And on that note, because you mentioned about the convention, and today's discussion is actually about the convention. In your words, tell about more about the list of important speakers, the keynote speakers, the celebrity artists and leaders will be attending the convention, and as well a little bit, if you can, about the incoming president as well.
Sure, sure. So the theme of our both the Global Healthcare Summit as well as our convention is true and total health is the wellness of body, mind, and spirit. So we want to address all aspects of well-being, the person as a whole person rather than just a disease entity. So we are focusing on all aspects of health and wellness. So we have an excellent CME programs focusing on heart disease, gastrointestinal diseases, surgical oncological problems, cancer problems, as well as general problems such as chronic diseases like diabetes, hypertension, obesity. All these topics are going to be well covered by our eminent speakers from Harvard, Stanford, Yale, Rutgers, UPenn, and from all over the place. So we have an excellent lineup of speakers talking about various specialty care and primary care and chronic care diseases and mental health as well. Of course, mental health is also being focused. And then coming to spiritual health, we have Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar is one of our keynote speakers. He's invited and accepted, and very glad to announce that he is coming and spending almost 2 days with us.
Wow.
With the keynote speaker on Saturday luncheon. And
Awesome.
then he will be interacting with our young physicians and medical students, as well as the senior and seasoned physicians who will have a private session as well. So it will be a very fantastic opportunity for all of us to meet a great, wise teacher and a guru who has advocated for global peace as well as mental health and violence reduction and community at the community level and individual level. So we are very excited to have Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar with us. And then coming to other important guests, we have some commitments and from other, including leaders such as Dr. Rahul Gupta, the Director of National Drug Policy of United States, a cabinet position appointed by Biden, President Biden, is coming as one of the keynote speakers. We have the Chair BOT of the American Medical Association, Dr. Underwood is coming, and we have Congressman Ro Khanna is coming. Another Congresswoman, Susan Wild, is coming from Pennsylvania. And we have other leaders coming as well, including most likely senators from Pennsylvania as well as West Virginia and New Jersey. So we have invited the governor of Pennsylvania, and we're in the process of securing his attendance and appearance. And we have invited a lot of guests from India, but it's not so easy for them to travel. We have invited the health minister, Dr. Manshukh Mandavia, and finance minister Nirmala Sitharaman, as well as foreign minister Dr. Jaishankar as well. And of course, the local U.S. ambassador from India, Mr. Taranjit Sandhu, is invited, and he accepted, and he'll be there with us for one of the keynote speeches. And the Consul General of India from New York, Dr. Mr. Jaishwal, is invited and is coming as well. So we have a lot of celebrities, dignitaries, scientists, artists, everybody's coming there, and spiritual leaders. As far as the entertainment is concerned, we have a robust entertainment activities throughout the evenings, all 4 days. We have young and upcoming singers, Tanmay Chaturvedi and other people. And we have Bikash Jyoti also, who was recently in the news as the composer for Kerala Story or something like that. So we have, of course, Mika Singh is coming on Saturday to perform for us. He made a special trip for us to come to
Wow.
show his respect and his honor of AAPI physicians. So we're excited. He's a very talented entertainer. He promised to give a wonderful, memorable performance for all of us. And we have some dance groups like Arya Entertainment doing a Bollywood Decade show. And we have a fashion show organized by Archana Kochar. And we have Zumba sessions, cooking sessions, and other activities. We have yoga. We have meditation sessions. We have also some Saima from India and Europe is coming, and she's also a well-known spiritual teacher. She'll be with us during the Women's Forum, interacting with women leaders. So and of course, young physicians have their own interesting and exciting activities. Medical students are doing a lot of research poster presentation. They have received 100 plus poster presentation. They'll have a medical jeopardy. They'll have a panel discussion with the program directors. We have a lot of leaders from organized medicine, including American Board of Internal Medicine, American College of Physicians, National Board of Medical Examiners, Federation of State Medical Boards. All of them are coming to interact with us. So we are excited to have all these important people join us and take part in our activities.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I mean, sounds like a great plan. Very much excited, overwhelmed. I mean, I know our audience who are watching this show, are enjoying as well. And I know a lot of them have registered. More will register as well, and step into this great gala event in July 2023. So, on that note, I mean, it sounds like a great plan about spirituality to different activities about health, your themes about health, about entertainment and the celebrity artists. It felt great. Tell us about the venue. Where is it going to commence, and give some insights to our audience.
Sure. It's going to be in Philadelphia Marriott downtown, which is a premier venue in Philadelphia. It's right in the center of the city. You can see all the historical monuments around it. There's a lot of legacy around the City Hall is an iconic building. There's the Liberty Bell around there. The Reading Terminal around. Great food is around all around Philadelphia. And this time of the year, Philadelphia is beautiful. And the venue is a very nice venue. We have a grand ballroom reserved for all our all our gala events. We have a Franklin Hall reserved for all our other events, including a lot of booths, and a lot of exhibitors will be there interacting with our members. And you can have a lot of interesting products you can learn from, and jewelry, saris, and other products will be there. And we have great food being served. Excellent, delicious meal are going to be served by our executive chef there. And besides that, it's from July 6th to 9th. Actually, we have a pre-convention day. On July 5th, we have a cruise on the Delaware River in Philadelphia.
Wow.
Almost fully booked. And we have from 6th onwards, we have a full 2 days of sessions, activities, including business meetings, a governing body meeting, general body meeting, executive committee meeting, board of trustee meeting, or charitable foundation meeting. So everything will be there. Fundraisers will be there, and we are supporting some activities like World Cultural Festival by Gurudev Ravi Shankar and their team, which is being held in late September, early October. And so we are really excited, and it's a great venue, great location, great time of the year, and there'll be a great participation from all genres and all generations of physicians and from all over the country.
Wonderful, wonderful. Just right after Independence Day, a lot of celebrations are going to happen right from 5th. That will be a surprise to our audience to know that there's a cruise on 5th. And I just want you to give your final message to our Mana TV international audience, and as well invite our audience to your grand convention.
Thank you very much for Mana TV International for giving me this opportunity to communicate to you and through you to the entire community. And like I said, we have an exciting, enchanting, empowering, and entertaining convention ahead of us. And we have day packages as well as full A to Z packages. People who cannot be there all days from Thursday to Saturday, Sunday can buy packages for each day or 2 days. So we have all kinds of options available. We have reduced price for medical students and very lowest price ever charged for medical students. We also have reduced price for residents and fellow and young physician. And we have some free registrations for people coming from out of the country as well. So we are giving a lot of opportunities for young, dynamic leaders as well as young physicians and medical students to interact with the more established practicing physicians. So it'll be a fantastic event. Don't miss it. Please, everyone in the area, please come and join us, even for a day or two. We'll appreciate that. We welcome you. It will be one of the memorable conventions of AAPI 41st convention in Philadelphia, July 6th to 9th at Marriott downtown.
So, friends, that was Dr. Ravi Kolli and his plea and his invitation to all of you. So please show up on the dates which are flashing on the screen. That is July 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th in Philadelphia. And the address and the links to register are flashing on the screen as well. And become part of this epic event and take advantage of the medical events which are going to happen, the spiritual events, and many other wonderful events, including entertainment and art and so much of air of enthusiasm. Soak it in and become part of 41st Convention 2023 in Philadelphia by American Association of Physicians of Indian Origin.